For the first part of the tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can enhance your eye color just using a few tools on FaceTune. Go ahead and open the FaceTune app and then click the button on the left-hand corner that looks like a camera, then click Open Photo. I'm going to be using this photo first because it's very high quality and has a lot of detail, which is definitely something to consider when using this app. When you use low-quality photos in this app, it's more difficult to sharpen the details, which sometimes causes the photo to look fake or cartoonish. But when you have something that's very high quality like this photo, you can zoom in close and see all the tiny details, and that makes it so much easier to work with. And this is especially true when you're trying to edit your eyes. So the first thing you're going to want to do is zoom into the eyes, then scroll down to the bottom and click the Details tool. With the tapping motion, start tapping around the iris of your eye. To show you what this looks like on other color eyes, I'm going to insert a before and after picture of my boyfriend's blue eyes. This little icon with the squares is the before and after button, and as you can see, it makes it much brighter and sharper looking, but at this point the eye still looks very natural. What I sometimes like to do is click the check mark in the right hand corner, then go back into the Details tool and repeat these steps again. This will help sharpen the image even more and make the eyes really stand out. If you're careful enough, you can even enhance your eyelashes and make them look fuller and longer. Now that you know the basic way to sharpen your eye color, I'm going to show you a more dramatic way to enhance the colors within your natural eye. Now go to the Tones tool, click the Picker tool, zoom into your eyes, then click a color within your eye that you want to enhance. I kept scrolling around until I found the lightest color within my eye. I started to first tap in the color, then I started to use swiping motions outward from the pupil to give it a more realistic look. This time I used the Picker tool to enhance the blues and the hazel in his eye. These very few and simple edits really made my eyes pop. It went from a brown, flat-looking color to a way more dimensional and sharper look. In this next part, I'm going to show you how you can change your eye color to a completely different color. Go to the Palettes tool and select any color you want to use. In this case, I'm using blues and greens. After you selected your color, click the Tones tool and start tapping and swiping the color in. This app is pressure sensitive, so the more pressure you put on your finger, the darker the color will come out in the photo. As you can see, the color went on darker because I kept swiping and tapping on this section. You really don't need color context in order to achieve these looks, especially if you're only going to use them for Instagram and thumbnail pictures. So here's another edit, and this is just to show you that you can do it on any color eyes. When you think you have finished editing, go ahead and use the eraser tool to fix up the edges. My eye looks completely different now, but it's awesome that I can change my eye color to go along with a Halloween look or a makeup look. Since I created a greenish eye, I'm going to continue this edit and show you how to make the pupil of a cat eye. So if you're starting from your original eye color and you don't want this as your background for the cat eye, then you definitely want to change the color before going on to this next step. The key is to get the pupil placement correct. You can do this by looking at the tilt of your head. For example, if your head is tilted like mine is in this photo, you will have to adjust the pupil too. If it's straight, then you just go ahead and make the pupil straight. So I'm going to want the pupil to lay this way on my eye. Now go to the Tones tool, then choose Black from the Palettes tool. Make a line across the pupil like this. Now you want to shape that line that you've created into a cat-like pupil using your eraser tool. This edit doesn't just have to resemble a cat, it can look like a bunch of different animals as well, like a reptile or even a goat. Just a little tip, go online and look up cat eye lenses and use a picture as a reference. And that's it for the cat eye lens. I'm going to use a different photo for this next technique since it has a lot of color and it's more of a Halloween look. So the first thing you need to do is zoom into the eyes, go to the Tones tool, choose Black from the Palettes tool, and begin tapping on the dark color. My eyes are already pretty dark, so this is pretty easy. Don't worry if you have lighter eyes, it still works, it just takes a little bit longer. The last thing I do is bring back the white dots that kind of disappeared while editing. Those white specks are the reflections from your lights, and you definitely want to keep them because they give more depth to the eye. But say if you don't have these little specks already, you can go in with the white in the Palettes tool and put them in. So that's how you create the blackout lens look. If you're trying to black out more than just your iris, then you're probably trying to mimic the effects of a sclera contact lens. So this next look shows you exactly how to do that in a few simple steps. Like before, you're going to want to go to the Palettes tool and choose the black color. A person that's known to do this is the makeup artist named Kimberly Margarita on Instagram and Color Creep on YouTube. I love that she's so open and she doesn't just lie and say that they're contacts when they're really not. She just puts a disclaimer in the description box saying that she used FaceTune to edit her eyes. To complete the look, you're going to want to use the eraser tool to fade away the edges around the eyelids and bring back the highlights in the eye. And that's how you edit in sclera lenses. For this last edit, I'm going to show you how you can white out your eyes just like the Whiteout contact lenses. Click the Tones tool, then the Picker tool, and now choose the latest color from the white of your eye. Do not use pure white in the beginning because it will look very fake. What you should do is use the pure white at the very end to create highlights. You definitely want to use reference photos for all of these edits, so depending on which whiteout lens you want to do, you can mimic that. You can also copy those really wild lenses that have like swirls and X marks. After you've finished lightening your eye, go ahead and use the eraser tool to clean up the edges. This is where you can leave a border or you can leave it all white. To create the illusion that you're really wearing these contact lenses, definitely add some shading near your eyelids. And that's all you have to do to mimic the effects of a whiteout lens. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that these edits helped you out in some way. If you have any questions at all, hit me up in the comments below.